Hi everybody, Lenore here. And in Module 3, you have an exercise 2-10 in your textbook. So what I've gone ahead and done is taken that information and changed it. So I've given you a variation of that particular problem. So we have machine hours, 90,000, fixed manufacturing overhead cost, variable manufacturing overhead cost per hour. So let's look at what's required. Compute the plant-wide predetermined overhead rate. Okay, so where should we start? Well, here's the equation. A predetermined overhead rate is the estimated total MOH, or manufacturing overhead cost, divided by the estimated base allocation. But in this situation, we have a fixed and a variable piece. So we need to do a little calculation. Fixed manufacturing overhead is right here, 540,000. Variable overhead is going to be a calculation. So it's the cost per machine hour. And here's our machine hour. So I'm going to put up here $2 and multiply that by the 90,000 machine hours. Well, it's gone over a little bit, so let's just abbreviate variable. Okay, so once we do that, we know that it's 180,000. So once we add that 180,000 to the 540, we realize that the total manufacturing overhead is 720. So that's the number that we need to put right up here. Now the estimated base allocation is right here, machine hours required to support the estimated production, 90,000. So let's put that there. I'm going to put a line so you can see the dividing line. I don't have a dividing symbol. So if we take 720,000 divided by our 90,000 machine hours, the answer is $8 per machine hour. So you'll see that some of my cells have already calculated. It's because I did the problem before I'm taping it. Okay, so we need to calculate a cost per unit in order to come up with a total manufacturing cost. So direct materials, right over here, that was given. Direct labor, 200, that was also given. And here's our manufacturing overhead. And how do we calculate it? Well, we need to take the 35, the actual machine hours, and multiply it by our $8 per unit, which is our predetermined overhead rate. So we'll take our $8, we'll multiply that by the actual number of machine hours, 35, and that's how we get the $280. So a cost per unit is $905. Okay, so now we need a total cost. So here's our $905, and we multiply it by the number of units produced. And that information was given right here, 50 units. So I'm going to put in 50. And I put this note over here for you so you don't accidentally make the error to add 905 to 50. We're actually going to take the 905 and multiply it by 50 units, right? Let me write that right over here for you. So $905 per unit multiplied by 50 units. This is the answer to number 3. Now, in order to show a markup, If the corporation uses a markup percentage of 110, then what is the selling price per unit? So here we go back to the product cost per unit, 905. And it says here 110%. So I'm going to type that in. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Oops, I got too many zeros in there. And calculate it as a percentage. So 905, we're going to multiply this by the 110%. And this suggests that our selling price, with a markup of 10%, we should sell it for $995.50. So there's one more question, but that's kind of an essay question. I'll let you answer that yourself. Okay, so calculate the selling price. We take the product cost, multiply it by the percentage of the markup, and you get $995.50. So that's how you do a variation on the exercise, 2-10. Lenore out.